This is going to be a new series, Everything Who. Yeah, I'm a big Doctor Who fan, in case you didn't know. Yeah, in this series I'm going to be talking about everything Doctor Who. From Doctors to Companions to Aliens to terrible episodes to brilliant episodes, yada yada yada. In this first one, I'm going to be ranking the Doctors from worst to best. No, I'm not going to be including Tsutagato, our Doctor, because we haven't seen him yet. And no, I'm not going to be including the 14th Doctor, David Tennant, because we haven't seen him yet. At number 14, we're going to kick it off with the 13th Doctor. Why am I putting the 13th Doctor as the worst? Basically because everything in the 13th era is bad. Bad writing, bad character development, episodes didn't make sense. A lot of the episodes in series 11 were too political. There doesn't seem to be any type of point to the one-time aliens. I mean, bad writing kind of ties in with bad character development, and bad character development ties in with bad acting. In Legend of Sea Devils episode, the worst episode out of all of it is terrible because there was this lesbian story involved with the 13th Doctor and Yasmin, you know, and I was like, yeah, that's a good idea, but they were talking about it way too late. That's why I feel like it was rushed. We did see some of it in the Flux, but they were only telling us, they weren't showing us. We couldn't tell with facial expressions because the acting was trashy. When it comes to the Flux, that is the worst series out of all of them because it brought in two badass characters that we thought were the master. We thought they were the master. I thought this serpent guy was the master because of these serpent snake things, because of this scene with the Paul McGann film. You know, that alien snake thing going inside of some random person. And then I think that one of the Ravagers is the master because of this scene where we see all the skull and stuff. I thought that was the master because of this, you know, dead on the outside master from the classic series. I thought they were the master, but no, when it comes to the end of it, we realise that they have actually nothing to do with the plot. That is terrible writing. We finally see at the very end of the Flux that it was Time. Time was the villain. Time was the big bad. And the thing that doesn't make sense with the 13th era of Doctor Who, and the one thing that Chris Chibnall put a massive stinker on, was the fact that they did this Timeless Children thing, you know, where the Doctor cannot die, and then time itself says everything must come to an end, even you. We're gonna move on to number 13, the 6th Doctor. He tried to kill his own companion. I mean, this was after just like kind of regenerating.
Doctor?
You're expecting someone else?
But he killed his companion. Well, he tried to choke her out. Also, his clothes do not match his personality. He is a very sinister personality. Like, he's very sinister. You know, like, look at this scene.
I have battled against evil, against power-mad conspirators. I should have stayed here. The oldest civilization. Decadent, degenerate, and rotten to the core.
His voice, oh, it's so sinister. The way he speaks is so sinister. But the way he looks is like, hello, I'm here to stop all the aliens. And I'm the only one that stands out because I'm the best. I'm amazing. So narcissistic. And he's a bit of a... Coming in at number 12, we have the First Doctor. And you're probably thinking, why are you putting the First Doctor there? He's the First Doctor, you should bring him at the first. No, he's old and grumpy. He doesn't care for the humans. He couldn't care less for the human race. I mean, he cares about Susan, granddaughter from the future. There's something that doesn't make sense with the First Doctor. I mean, I'm just going to start with saying William Hartnell, brilliant actor. David Bradley, brilliant actor. The one thing that doesn't make sense is the fact that we see the First Doctor in the Three Doctors episode, and he says to the second and third Doctor, oh, I turn into you, sorry bunches, or something along those lines.
Oh, so you're my replacements. A dandy and a clown.
That moment is way before when he sees the 12th Doctor and he immediately thinks that he's going to turn into the 12th Doctor.
Do I become you?
And the 12th Doctor says, oh no, you've got a few false starts, but you get there in the end. If he knew that he's going to turn into the second Doctor, why would I think he's going to turn into the 12th Doctor? Because of terrible continuity. Or because they're just putting the fact on that the first Doctor is very, very old. Then again, he was young in Time Lord age. Young but old. Doesn't make sense. But that's what we love about Doctor Who. Coming in at number 11, we have the 7th Doctor. And I'm putting the 7th Doctor here because of the terrible cliffhanger that we got here, where he's dangling down from something very, very high. Then it just ends. What a terrible cliffhanger. He's a brilliant actor. Sylvester McCoy is a brilliant actor. The only thing is, it's too theatrical. And his voice annoys me. That's the only reason to why he's here. Right, coming in at number 10, we have the 12th Doctor. To be frank, there are a few bad episodes. Quite a few bad episodes. Those episodes being, listen, with, like, the entire concept of it's your own fear getting you, it's a cliche thing. It's very cliche. It did include characters that had no use at all. It's just like the 13th, where they brung in characters that had nothing to do with the entire plot. And with the 12th Doctor, they brung in the character Me, which we do not see ever again. It's like, what was the point in bringing that character in? Like, the 12th Doctor, proper Pete. But Stephen Moffat did sort of mess this up with the sonic shades and the electric guitar. Like, what's with that? It was cool, but not brilliant. I mean, I like that we did see Missy, you know, but then she started to change her ways. Then we just thought, oh, wait, no, we're not gonna get any more Masters anymore because Missy is turning good. Coming in at number 9, we have the 2nd Doctor, Patrick Troughton. Now, this one, unlike the 1st Doctor where he's old and grumpy, the 2nd Doctor, he's old and quirky. He has an athleticism against him. He likes jumping around. He runs. He's the 1st Doctor to bring in actual running involved. And he's the 1st Doctor to bring in this beautiful line.
I don't like it.
That line is a masterpiece. Coming in at, I don't know what number we are at, the 8th Doctor. In my opinion, he was wasted. He was a wasted Doctor. I feel like he should have had his own series. He should have had his own series instead of having a film. I mean, his feature film was brilliant. Then again, it did feel a bit too America. Riding a motorcycle, for Christ's sake. The feature film was okay. I mean, I did say it was amazing, but the feature film was okay, now knowing that it was to America. The interior of the TARDIS was beautiful and amazing, but the fact that the regeneration scene only happened because the 7th Doctor got shot by a gun, like, that was meh, boring. I thought he could have at least got shot with a scientific gun rather than a normal gun. The one appearance that we got that was amazing was the short film, where we see him regenerate into the War Doctor. Right, now we have the 3rd Doctor. It's an interesting concept, having the Doctor with a time traveling machine be the Doctor without the time traveling machine. So that's like saying you be the fast food champion without eating fast food. Doesn't make sense, but it made sense at the same time. Like, he had an awesome car, Bessie. Bessie is a brilliant car. Even though it doesn't look appealing to the eyes, it was a brilliant car. Like, I would always love to have a car like Bessie. I really would. He's the 1st incarnation to be seen with the Master. How brilliant is that? That is beyond brilliant. You know, it's our first time seeing the Master. I gotta say, he's the 1st incarnation to steal clothes. Like, you think Matt Smith was the 1st incarnation to steal someone else's clothes. But no, the 3rd Doctor steals someone else's clothes. Now, we have the 5th Doctor. All I can say is, he is a kind, gentle soul. He's a type of Doctor that you would actually want to travel with. He's so kind, he's so gentle, so generous. It's such a fun Doctor, he is. And his sense of style is amazing, apart from the weird bit of celery. And another weird thing is, he has a cricket room. He has a room full of cricket bats and cricket badges. Now, coming after the 5th, we have the War Doctor. I mean, yeah, he did kill 2 entire races, the Daleks and the Time Lords.
But not in the name of the Doctor.
But we got to see him change his ways.
I am the Doctor
It was beautiful to see him change his ways. He did have the help of Bad Wolf Girl.
Did you just say Bad Wolf?
I mean, when Billy Piper came back.
Oh, yes!
Despite this incarnation that John Hurt brought to the table is not really being the beginning of the New Who era, it was the beginning of the New Who era. Coming after, we have the 4th Doctor. He is jolly. He's the longest reigning Doctor. It was amazing to see him come back as the Curator. That was, like, that proper pulled the heartstrings. It really, really did. And the Jelly Baby line will always stick with me. It really, really will. You know, do you want a Jelly Baby? I love that. Tom Baker's Doctor brought the speech in that made us believe that the Daleks and Davros are just science fiction adaptations of a certain group who was a ruthless dictator who destroyed millions of lives. Coming in at number 3, we have the 9th Doctor. Again, this is kind of like, this is the opinion with the War Doctor and the 8th Doctor. They should have had, well, the 9th Doctor did have a series, he did, but I wanted 9 to have more than just one season. He did have the scariest episodes as well. You know, and it would have been brilliant to see the 9th Doctor on the screen. You know, I would have liked him to come back. It would have been amazing for him to come back in the Power of the Doctor. You know, to see him sat on that rock, you know, with the other incarnations of the Doctor. That would have been brilliant. Yeah, it's the scariest episodes with the 9th era is The Empty Child. Like, that would always give me goosebumps. Every single time I see someone with a gas mask, I'm like, do not touch me. I don't want to become you. He's a remarkable actor, and the fact that Christopher Eccleston was in 24 Days Later before he was in Doctor Who is amazing, because I don't think you'd ever see an actor who would take on the role of the Doctor if they had a massive role already in their past. I mean, then again, yeah, John Hurt, you know, came to it, you know, but he started being the Doctor. Well, he started being the War Doctor back in the Paul McGann film, you know. So it was obvious for him to come back. And with the 9th Doctor, he was sometimes sinister. For example, in this scene where the Dalek was locked up and he was, you know, comparing himself to the Doctor, and the Doctor was like, no, I'm nothing like you. But then it switches. He switches from, no, I'm nothing like you, to, oh wait, maybe we are the same. Because I know what should happen. Exterminate. That is a brilliant scene. That scene is marked down for history of film and TV. Coming in at number 2, we have the 11th Doctor. And in the words of the 9th Doctor,
Fantastic.
his bond with Amy and Rory was like, he was their best friend. There was no love interest with it. I mean, there was a bit of a love interest when Amy started kissing the 11th Doctor, mainly because she was getting scared and all anxious of the wedding. The 11th Doctor is a badass. I mean, look at this scene. You know, you see all these Doctor incarnations, and then the 11th Doctor just pops in and says, hello, I'm the Doctor. Basically, run. Beautiful, beautifully amazing. I would have wanted a version of the Master with the 11th Doctor, because I feel like that's what was missing with the 11th Doctor. We didn't have a Master, but there were a lot of people, and still to this day, there are a lot of people speculating that Rory was the incarnation of the Master. He was just hiding it very, very well. I mean, it does make sense, because he kept on coming back every single time. The episodes gave us what we wanted. They gave us fear. They gave us suspense. They gave us want for a companion to live. Unlike the 13th era, where we're like, please, kill a companion. Kill someone. Like, I would have going back to the 13th Doctor, in the resolution of the Daleks, or New Year's resolution, where where Ryan's dad has the Dalek on him, I would have wanted the dad to fall into the black hole. I know that's like, oh wow, chill man. No, I will not. I wanted a companion to die. That would have created more character development. But no, it didn't, because the writing's terrible and the showrunner is terrible. So, now we have number 1. And there have been a couple bad episodes. 42 and the Lazarus Experiment. Every time I see 42 and the Lazarus Experiment, I'm like, skip. It's boring. I don't care for it. Boo. I mean, then again, I would still watch it and be like, yeah, humans are stupid, but I still watch Doctor Who and be like, humans are so stupid. How is it no one is watching Doctor Who and being like, maybe we should start learning from Doctor Who and not do stupid stuff like create a Lazarus Experiment. So stupid. Or don't steal energy from a sun. I gotta say, we got the best Master with the 10th Doctor. We got the best. John Sim is a brilliant actor. Brilliant. It was amazing to see him and the Doctor, have those little fights. And it was amazing to see the Doctor show compassion towards the Master. And it was like the Master didn't want that compassion. I mean, at the same time, he thought that the Doctor was going to kill the Master. But then they said, I forgive you. Just like the 9th era, the 10th era will always give me fear. Like, for example, the Vasta Narada, I would always make sure I'm not in a shadow. I'd always make sure my feet aren't in a shadow. Always. And it brung the Weeping Angels. First introduction of the Weeping Angels. When I saw Blink, I was like, oh no, I can no longer like statues anymore. I can't be next to a statue without it taking me back to the freaking 1900s. Please don't do that to me. And there we have it. There we have our ranking of all the Doctor Who Doctors. If you want to see more like this, please like and subscribe. Please subscribe, like and comment. Comment if you want more. I mean, I am going to do more anyway. And I'm definitely going to try and be more interesting. Because I know this wasn't interesting enough. I think. If it wasn't interesting, please like. Anyway, so, that is me. And I'm going to go. Bye. And don't forget to check out the merch. Look at all this amazing stuff. Get it now.